Yeah, you gotta make sure, man. One of my buddies was at a car show one time in Irwindale, and he didn't have nothing over his up pipes, and these guys fucking drop bolts in there.
Oh, that's not cool,
and
dude.
So he didn't even know. They just went into the turbo and like locked the blade up when he started it. So he's driving on the freeway like, man, where is my boost at? You know, and then so he pulls over and pops the downpipe off, and Lord and behold, man, there's like 4 bolts just shoved in there.
Dude,
and I'm like,
that's so fucked up.
Thank God he was able to get him out and, you know, get the car back working, but man.
Now it's like you think about when the hot rodders would do the tennis balls in each of their fucking in the horns and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, that's key, man. These guys, I mean, some people just hate to, you know, hate to see you do all right, so.
Yeah.
Little security for me, at least, if I know how I put it on, so I know if it got messed with.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, before I attempt to start her back up.
It's always good to see this in person, man. Freaking A. And congrats on all the articles and the attention you've been getting and everything. Freaking A, man. It's so cool, because like so many times I'll see you do stuff on this that just nobody else has thought of yet. Nobody's, you know, messed with, and it like really brings me back to the days when we were all just kind of pioneering on all this. Nothing had been done before. There were no plans, no forums.
To me, that's like that's what these cars mean. If you're not like the optimal go back in was you built it, you tuned it, you tested it up the street, not just paying for other people to do it. So I get that you pay for certain things, but like that's the whole point of the hobby is learning and, you know, getting hands dirty. So.
Well, and especially, and I like how you go through that process. Like, okay, I tried this, it didn't work how I thought it would, I'm gonna try this now. Or, you know, you show that entire process, as opposed to a lot of people who are just like, oh, I just got this, it's bomb, and then like 5 months later you see the parts are gone, so what happened? Oh, didn't work out, you know.
Yeah, I'm constantly, you know, always trying to make sure I support those who need support, but at the same time, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So
exactly.
I'll be the first one to say so, you know. And criticism and feedback is key, you know. If not, then you just keep making bullshit stuff. So
we'll see, and that's what I like too. Like you said, criticism, feedback, you know, good or bad, you take it in, but you're not like, hey, you don't take it personal or anything.
I mean,
it's
nowadays,
like,
you tell someone, like, you know, they might come back and shoot you. You know, they get mad. They get pretty mad. So
exactly.
You got to watch what you say to certain people. But you know, to me, I love criticism. I love when people tell me certain ideas. There's tons of times, you know, guys have been like, oh, you should do this and do that, and I go home and I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. Maybe I should do that. You know.
Now I gotta ask, because I know you do electrical work by trade, right?
Yes.
Is that part of like where you pull a lot of your inspiration just because of doing, or is it like one feeds the other?
Well, I've been in construction my whole life. So my dad, he used to build homes for a living, and then so like I always had the ability to see like the end product and have that imagination. So, you know, like seeing wood, and then next thing you know, seeing like a beautiful home is key for like this type of stuff. So I think like people who are in construction trade, they build cars like the best because they have that vision, you know. But yeah, you can clearly tell that, you know, that's the work ethics behind it, you know.
See, that's the thing I have a hard problem with, is that plan, and like sometimes I know where I want to get, but getting it there, or like I'll route something, and then right when I finish it, I'm like, shit, I could have routed it this way or that way, and I'm like,
and that's the beauty of, I mean, just for instance, like the cold sides of the pipes, I've already done 4 times. And you know, that's the ability of learning myself, learning how to do it. If I don't like it, I just keep changing it.
Well, yeah, like I saw when you start picking up the Cerakoting process and stuff, you know, and not a lot of people, like people were picking up the powder coating, but the Cerakote, that's like the new thing.
And it's durable as heck, man. It can handle tons of heat temps. So next thing
I'm expecting you might show up with one of those dry ice cleaners and stuff too.
Oh yeah, you never know, man. You never know for sure. I want to do because I'm gonna break this down and repaint it and stuff. So I want to like dry ice clean everything underneath. Just do like a full-on restore again, and then not touch it, you know, because obviously I just keep touching the damn thing. So. Well,
you and that guy Mike Breja, I think down in Australia, you're the two that I always see, like you'll get it like right to that peak, and then it's like, okay, it's all set, and then let me break it down one more time just to go over everything,
just to make sure. And that's how, you know, like everyone's at, like I only drove an hour here, but everyone's like, you drove this here? And I'm like, yeah, I drive this thing all the damn time, you know?
That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Man. You build it, you gotta enjoy it.
Yeah.
Money sitting does me no good, so, you know, enjoying it. And
trailer queen.
I don't like to go to the tracks and stuff like that. I'm not for breaking it for a number or, you know, for the people. You know, if I'm going to break it, it's because I did it, you know, and I'm going to love doing it. So that's the where I enjoy the car most, driving it on the freeway, coming to shit like this, you know.
I gotta tell you, I love seeing the shots when you post of you and your pops driving together, and just, you know, just see him hanging on and just, so that's awesome.
He used to have, back in the days, my uncle was a crew chief leader for Damma, the MGD funny car.
Oh, shit.
So I've been in like racing my whole life, you know, and we spent a lot of time at Pomona Fairplex and stuff like that. But my pops used to have a 1,000 horsepower Camaro.
Oh,
and
damn.
the first Honda I built, you know, back in 04 and stuff, he got in it, he was just like,
It's a Honda, yeah.
yeah, he's like, it's a Honda, and we launch off, and he's like, what the heck, and grabbing stuff. And then he never drove in any more of my Honda since then until that video. And when he got in there, bro, that's all he talks about, really. He just loves that, you know.
Nice.
He loves to see where the cars came, and, you know, he just, that one time that he got back, he's like, I'm never getting in that car again, bro. That thing is crazy.
Nice.
You know, but I love it, man. I'm glad he.
And I see, are you also part of the next generation?
Yeah, that's my daughter Savannah, so yeah, you know, she's into the cars as well. She's
very cool.
Been with this thing, yeah, this whole journey, so.
That's one thing I always tell my daughter too, is like, the more you know about all this, you don't have to depend on other people telling you or taking care of these things. You got it locked down.
As a girl, that's power, you know.
It is. It is. I told my daughter, I want you to know how to drive stick. I want you to be able to work on your car, because especially like the stick thing. If you go out with friends or whatever, somebody's drunk, can't drive, whatever, at least you can jump behind and boom.
Yeah. The last thing you want to be is stranded somewhere because you can't do something. You know,
exactly.
Which is already the stereotypical, you know.
Yeah. Well, and especially with kids nowadays too, like with Uber and Lyft and everything, there's so many of them in that generation that aren't looking forward to driving. They're no rush to get their license or anything. But for all of us, that was your independence. That was your freedom.
That's what I tell my oldest boy. He's about to be 17, and you know, he's getting his license now. He's got it all done. But I'm like, dude, at 15 and 3 months or whatever the heck it is, I'd have been at the DMV. You know, there's just no way around it. And that's just like you said, man. The comfortability of, you know, everything that
well,
exists.
especially now, like for us, if you didn't have your license, you didn't get to see your friends. You didn't get to go anywhere. But now they could video chat and game online and stuff. So it's like, oh, minor inconvenience seeing each other in person.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for taking some time,
brother. No problem, man.